Google was once the undisputed king of the web, but their relentless pursuit of money, internal conflicts, habit to take things for granted, and the ultimate arrival of AI got the better of them. As if that was not enough, their uncontrolled tilt towards wokeness did the rest of the job. But why did Google, which carried the crown of search for decades, ended up giving horrible advice like sticking glue to the pizza, using gasoline for cooking, eating your mucus, and other downright ridiculous suggestions? This is a story of how a combination of small missteps can push a massive business empire in crisis. The first and foremost problem with Google today is their endless pursuit of money. Today, when you search for most commercial terms, you get to see a lot of sponsored links at the top. Most often, the first 4 links available on the first screen are sponsored. This goes against the above the fold theory of journalism or online publishing, where companies tend to give users the most valuable information at the topmost part of websites. This is the part of the web page which is visible to the user without any scrolling. Newspapers follow the same principle, as their first screen is filled with valuable information and not ads. But Google prefers to show us a lot of ads at these places, and their over-reliance on search ads is evident in their earning reports. If you look closely at these numbers, the most profitable category in the Q4 earnings of 2024 compared to the same period of 2023 is the Google Search and Others category. Now, Google earns money from 4 major sources like Google Advertisement, Google Subscriptions, Google Cloud, and experimental businesses. Our area of focus here is Google Advertisement, which is broadly divided in 3 subcategories such as Google Ads, YouTube Ads, and Network Display Ads. Of these advertisement revenues, Google raked in over $54,000 million from Google Ads alone, compared to $48,000 million in Q4 of 2023, a massive increase of $6,000 million. This gain is more than cumulative gain in all other business avenues. So it's clear that Google is shifting its business model from a search engine that really used to solve problems to an online billboard, where you can essentially buy the top place for any search item. Like if you search for the best hotels in New York, there are all the sponsored hotels. This means that you are the best in the eyes of Google as long as you are paying them. And this goes against the vision of Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Back at the time, they wrote a paper named The Anatomy of a Large-Scale Hypertextual Web Search Engine, which said, "We believe the issue of advertising causes enough mixed incentives that it is crucial to have a competitive search engine that is transparent and in the academic realm." And they categorically downplayed the role of advertising in the search engine business model by saying, "We expect that advertising-funded search engines will be inherently biased towards the advertisers and away from the needs of the consumers." Google founders called out open text search engine due to their ads-based model and refused to call it a search engine just because it relied on advertisers' money. But looking from the modern-day perspective of Google, the paper was released in late 90s and there were no traces of digital marketing at the time. But that has changed now. Today, the market size of online advertisement stands at $410.6 billion, which is poised to touch almost $1,200 billion in the next 8 years. So we can only expect to see more and more ads in Google searches in the upcoming years. And Google is leaving behind its independent small publishers in their process of pivoting. Let's have a look at the 2024's fourth quarter report once again, which pretty much explains why the quality of Google search results is rapidly deteriorating. Look at these network ads, which is the only area where the revenue has declined compared to the same time in 2023. These are the ads that you see at the third-party websites like blogs. The advertisers pay Google, which in turn pay a portion of it to the creators. Now here is the catch. In late 2023, Google launched a helpful content update which essentially downranked most of the niche content websites that used to earn money with ads and affiliate. Instead of these websites, Google started bringing forums like Reddit up on most of the queries. Probably Google wanted to prioritize user discussion on forums and denounce the uncontrolled use of AI for writing countless blog posts. As if that was not enough, Google started providing AI overviews of the search queries to the user by scraping content from independent publishers and just rewriting them. In this process, Google seems to have done irreversible damage. Seeing their revenue go down drastically, an overwhelming number of independent expert content creators started building their communities on alternative platforms like X, Discord, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and this content is mostly not ranked on search engines, so most of the good quality content available today is even not indexable. On top of this, the evolution of social media websites in recent times have also made them the de facto search engines. For example, Google's chief technologist Prabhakar Raghavan acknowledged that a large number of young people prefer searching for a restaurant recommendation on platforms like TikTok instead of Google. And honestly, that makes sense because these platforms can give them the nice visuals of their favorite restaurants and the feel of their ambience instead of reading the same articles of 10 best places blah 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 on different websites. But the ultimate downfall of Google can be attributed to the rise of large language models. While Google has been using AI for decades to improve search experience for the masses, they kind of struggle to keep up with the pace of the modern day AI companies. Google experimental AI overview was nothing short of a disaster. They told people the benefits of nuclear war, unproven home remedies for appendix, advising users to use their names for passwords, making factual mistakes, or giving a wrong list when search for the US presidents graduated from the University of Washington. In fact, they wrote the graduation date of President William Taft 70 years after his death. But you may ask, how did Google's AI end up making such blunders? Here's the thing. The large language models take the publicly available information of the web to come up with its own answers. Now, the internet is filled with all types of information, including misinformation and a lot of satire, and these disastrous AI responses are clearly drawing the information from such websites. For example, when Google's AI advised eating at least one rock a day, it took the information from famous satire website Onion, which wrote a whole article about it. But why did the Google's AI model fail to distinguish between satire and real health information? Theoretically, Google had a massive head start in the current AI development wave. They make their own chips, have their own cloud networks, have countless user data, exceptionally talented workforce, and an already loyal customer base. But still, they are nowhere close to its biggest competitor ChatGPT today. Now, Google is investing massive $75 billion in AI, and that can change the game further for the content creators. Another big reason for Google's downfall from glory is their over-reliance on woke ideas. Google's Gemini added people of color in the Nazi Germany military in their bid to force diversity in their responses. They ended up embarrassing themselves and announced to pause its model for a while, citing concerns about inaccuracies in some historical depictions. Similarly, Gemini refused to generate images of white couples, claiming that it cannot generate images of any specific ethnicity, but ended up generating images for black couples and other ethnicities. Google claimed that their model was missing the mark in image generation and announced to relaunch the model with improved capabilities. The situation reached to an extent that the speculations about the change of top leadership started. Last year, there were growing calls for the resignation of the man who took Google to new heights in the last decade. Some insiders believe that Google is not good at rushing towards things and the company needs new leadership before stepping into the new era of technology. There's another school of thought which believes that the world is quickly moving towards the post-search engine world. Gartner issued a report last year claiming that the use of search engines can go down up to 25% by 2026 due to the rise of AI chatbots. Like it is becoming a new normal for many people to just use ChatGPT instead of using Google. But there are some external factors as well that are impacting the quality of Google search results. Today, Google has more content than ever to look for, which eventually burdens them. Websites use AI to churn out more and more repetitive content. Heavy workforce working in the writing farms just replace some words in the already published content to publish just another article with no true value, and hence the more and more burden on Google. Internal turmoil at Google also played a big role in bringing the company where it is today. Just last year, almost 200 employees of Google AI venture DeepMind signed an open letter to the company and urged them to stop providing AI solutions for military purposes. While the letter did not mention any specific military contract, it was an obvious protest against the project Nimbus, where Google is providing AI solutions for the Israeli military. But this was not the only case where Google's workforce have been outspoken against what seems wrong to them. Working in Google was once the ideal job for an IT person, but over the years there was a growing discontent among workers. Obviously, how can you expect the company to perform at its best when the workforce is visibly divided? Despite all of this, Google is here to stay. Even if the experience of users searching the internet goes down, one thing is for sure, Google will keep on making more money for themselves. If not from the search, then from all the other avenues. And under the current political leadership, they are also very much less likely to face trouble in their antitrust lawsuits, which can also take their businesses to new heights. But the changing business priorities of Google have surely shaken the internet, just like the face-off between Elon Musk and OpenAI Sam Altman did, which you can watch by clicking here. Thanks for watching. My name is Ahmed and you were watching Deep Decode. Until next time, peace out.